Okay. Okay. You guys, I think we finally got it. I think we finally got it. We're actually live this time. Well, welcome to the Washi Declutter. If you do make it here, I apparently with this streaming software, it says I can stream in 4K, but when I stream in 4K, it like doesn't fully connect for some reason. And I had to stop the stream and set it up to the next lowest, which is like 1440. So it's like between 1080 and 4K, which is really annoying because I pay for the subscription that permits me to stream in 4K, but it doesn't actually work. So that's something I might need to troubleshoot, but hopefully you all can see what I'm doing. And I need to figure out if I need to flip this around. Because normally my hands are at the bottom of the screen, but I feel like I need to figure out how to move this around. So hold please. One moment. See, and I don't love this because then I can't see on the camera what's happening. Hey, but we got it. Okay, I think that'll do. I think that'll do. Now we're the right side. I have my camera mounted high up above. So this will help me be more in the realm of where I want to be. And so the whole point of today is to do a little bit of a washi declutter. And to give you some perspective real quick, let me show you what I currently have in my washi stash. Some of it I have stored up here because it's stuff that I was kind of setting aside preemptively for this experience. But I'm just going to rotate my little camera this way. And you can see right over here, all of this is my pile that we're going to go through today. And I wanted to just kind of have it over here off to the side, but you can kind of see the extent of what is existing. And I think that as far as washi collections goes, mine is pretty small comparatively. So I don't think it's going to be that insane, but I do want it to eventually fit into these two little storage containers that fit in the drawers that are in my desk. So with that being said, the goal is to get everything sorted through, set aside the things that I am for sure going to keep and use, and then pull out the things I'm not going to use. And 1 second on the hold 1 second on the focusing. I got to mess with something real fast. Okay, I think I just had to turn off the, like, it was on like face tracking mode still, my camera, so it was doing some weird stuff with the focusing and like constantly going in and out, and like it should focus when I come up here, but if I'm down here it should stay pretty much settled. So the goal is, if I can get my washi collection into these 2 tubs that fit into my drawers, that is ultimately the end goal of this whole scenario. And so I don't have a rhyme or reason as to how I'm going to actually do this, but I'm going to set these tubs kind of like off to the front here where I have some other things set aside. And I'm just going to start going through my washi tapes and maybe make like a for sure pile, a yes pile, a maybe pile that I'll come back to, and I know I'm not going to use this again because it doesn't suit my aesthetic. Now, a lot of these tapes are tapes that I bought when I first got into journaling, and I didn't really know yet what I liked or what I wanted. And so it was definitely like an era of experimentation, of trying new things. So like I'll give you some examples of those because I have them right in here in front of me, of things that I like that I used because I felt like they fit what I should be doing with my journaling, not necessarily because that's what I wanted my style to be, but I didn't really know yet what my style was. And so, for example, like these particular ones are from Lauren Phelps Designs, and they're beautiful. And I bought them when I was using my 2023 Sterling Ink journal as like a daily journal and like memory keeper, and they're very pretty. I didn't use them in anything except for that journal, and I don't journal that way anymore, and I don't use that journal. And even so, these don't really fit the aesthetic that I'm now most settled into. They don't really fit the vibe anymore. So these are definitely going to be a no. And there is like a decent amount of tape left on them. So these are ones that maybe, I can destash, although this one is being weird with, I'm going to make like just a little tab here because I don't want it to keep unraveling. So these are going to go in the no pile. Goodbye. And alongside, as I'm looking at my stash, a few other ones this one also, I used this one the most because it was a wide washi tape, and I like the wide washi tape for, journaling and stuff like that. But again, I only used them in my 2023 Sterling Ink, and then once I stopped using that book, I haven't really touched these at all. So they're going to go into the no pile. Now, if you guys are here, thank you so much for tuning in and being patient with all my technical difficulties, because I didn't set up the first live, the schedule correctly, because I set it through up like a different type of stream versus using like a streaming service. And so I couldn't stream it from Ecamm, which is what I use for streaming. And then the second time I had the settings set to 4K streaming, so the camera could not compute the data over to the stream, and the audio was coming through, but the camera feed was not working. It was showing like a static image and wouldn't actually adjust. And this is the third try, so I appreciate if you did make it. And if you did make it and you're here and you're hanging out in the comments, let me know in the comments what it is that you are working on today with your journals, with your planners. What are you using going into 2025? Have you already set up something, or you're moved into something? Like, are you like a Hobonichi Weeks person, and you moved in to Hobonichi Weeks at the end of November, in the beginning of December? Like, what is it that you are currently doing or planning to do? I want to hear all of it as I go through this. And if there's like a washi tape you see that you're like, oh my God, I love this, let me know. But I have a little hot drink with me. I have in my Christmas mug. I got this Christmas mug as a gift from a student a long, long time ago, and I use it year round because it's just such a good mug. I've got a little decaf Nespresso pod with some peppermint mocha creamer. So a cozy little festive drink. Okay. So these are my Lauren Phelps designs. Now, another one that I got that I used to use a lot in my, again, same thing, my Sterling Ink, is this beautiful like vintage washi tape, and it's pretty much done. Like, this is the last of what's on it here. So I don't think I'm going to worry about destashing that one. I'm either going to just use the last little bit of it, maybe in some of my journaling pages here for the end of December or beginning of January, and then be done with it. But it's one of those that has a backing on it. So I'm going to put that in the keep because it's almost done and I can literally use it. I'll be able to use it across like a couple pages and still use it. And then these ones here that I bought, I think there's another one floating around somewhere, but this was another one of the first ones that I bought when I still didn't know really what my washi tape vibes was going to be. And so it's pretty, but because it's got the backing on it, it's very inconvenient to use. So I just don't reach for it that often. And it's got a ton on it still. So I'm thinking this is a good destash, you know, it's got plenty on here and I'm sure somebody would like it, but it's got the backing on it that you have to remove and then put it down. And so it's messy when I use it. It creates all these little backing pieces that I have to, you know, do something with. And then when I wrap it up nice and tight, it's great. And if I let it go, it like unravels like super fast. And that's really annoying. So I need to figure out how to maybe, if I just use maybe another little piece of washi tape to maybe stick it down so it doesn't, do I have a little skinny piece of washi tape I can just like commandeer real fast to stick it down so it stays put and stops unraveling and create a mess. Okay, so this is going in the no pile. I'm trying to see in here if there's any other ones that I kind of bought when I was sort of figuring out what my style was and doing more of what I thought I should be doing based off of what I was seeing others do versus what I actually like. But again, I was still kind of figuring out what I actually like. So that being said, I think that's pretty much it. I think I've used up a lot of the other ones that were like sort of early on. Now, another vibe that I have is I have a bunch of grid washies and I kind of want to take these out and sort them out separately. Now, I do use grid washi pretty consistently to the point where I have a couple of unopened ones because I'm like, I need to have these on deck because if I run out, I want to sure, oh no, that I have them. Oh no. Oh no. Go back. Ah. My computer does this, but oh shit. My dock on my laptop does this sometimes and it like disconnects randomly while I'm using it, which is really a pain in the butt when I have lights and cameras and stuff like that plugged into it. Because of course I can't do this without any technical issues. I have to shut this camera off and turn it back on. All right, are we back? Can I turn my lights back on? Now, I didn't touch my dock. I did not physically touch my dock. It literally just turned off on its own. So I apologize for that hiccup. This is just the day of technical problems and we're just gonna embrace it. Okay, so, oh, here's this other one. So here's another one that's like this, but I only have that much in it. So maybe this is one where I will just use this last little tidbit to just be done with it. But this one still has a lot in it. All right, now I have to change the settings again. Okay, that was good. All right. So grid washies, back to grid washies. Oh my word. All right. So I have grid washies. I have a white grid washi somewhere in this pile. And if it's not in this pile, I know it exists somewhere, likely in another drawer. It will probably show up when I'm not looking for it. Oh, here's another grid washi, a skinny grid washi. And this one and this one and this one and this one I got from Planner Monkey Co. This was a random Etsy purchase And this was also part of a Etsy purchase with a bunch of other skinny washies, because I have a whole bunch of skinny washies in here. Same with this one, another little grid washi. So I am going to use and continue to use my grid washies, because I feel like a grid washi is just, here's another black one. So you can see I have like 2 opened brown ones and 2 opened black ones, because I sometimes misplace them and then I can't find them. I have an unopened grid washi that's brown somewhere, because that's the one I use the most. And I think I had it in my hand and then I set it down somewhere over here, and now I can't locate it. But oh, there it is. It rolled behind my computer. All right, here we go. And this one is unopened. Yes, we are back. Oh, Vivian. Okay, Vivian is using the N2 Sterling Ink, an A5 Common Planner, and an A5 Sterling Ink Daily Planner. Ooh, I'm so curious about those daily planners. And then a cousin for a hobby planner. That's going to be interesting. I have recently discovered the concept of hobby planners via Bronte Plans, and I kind of love it. I'm actually doing a little bit of something like that in a blank insert in my TN right now, because I'm really horrible at actually participating in my hobbies on a regular basis. Like things other than like reading and journaling, which like I think if those are my 2 main hobbies, it's fine, but I have other things that I'm passionate about and that I want to engage in, and I just sometimes don't. So yeah. Okay. So grid washies. These are going to stay. So I'm going to put these in my little bucket here. I have white grid washi somewhere. It will show up at some point. But I'm not going to reorder these 2 colors because I don't use them as much. But the brown and the black I use a lot. And so once I will finish these. I will purposely pair with something else that it looks good with. But I feel like a grid washi is just a good thing to have. And they're fairly accessible. You can find them pretty easily, I feel like. Okay. So with that being said, now that I've kind of gone through the grid washies, I'm going to go through kind of like what are the like supplement washies of like, I have a bunch of thin and skinny washi tapes that I got in various packs for various things to complement my other washi tapes. So like, you know, here we go. To kind of complement my other washi tapes that are a little bit thicker. And some of these were also like, maybe some of them were gifted to me, but I really don't use all of them. I use some of them. I don't use all of them. And so I only want to keep the ones that I know I use. So let me find all my skinny washi tapes. Now I'm not going to include these timeline washi tapes because these are like a functional tape. These are from Sterling Ink, meant to be used with the 4mm grid notebooks that she sells, but I do use them and like them. Granted, I kind of just write in my timelines myself most of the time, but I reach for these often enough that I'm not going to get rid of them. So I will put them in next to the grid washi for the time being. And then I have these numbered washi tapes that I got from a shop on Etsy that I thought I would use, and I don't use them because I have to like individually cut off the numbers and the dates. So these are going to be in the de-stash pile over here to the right. These are for sure not staying. Are there any other skinny washis that I'm missing? Yes, this one. Oh, some of them I see some of these I really like. Here's another like kind of skinny, but it's like kind of grid, but it's not grid. It's more like a texture. Vivian, I like having a hobby planner. Oh, I like that. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like as like my new hobby that I'm learning about is insert topic here. Let me have a notebook for this to supplement that. So it's like learning. I like that idea. The washis I no longer want. I think it depends on what that pile looks like. If it makes sense to maybe kind of pair them together and post them for de-stash, I might do that. Otherwise, it might just be like tell me which ones you want, send me $10 for tracked mailing, and I will literally send them to you. Just pay shipping. You know, however many you want. You know, via like a USPS tracked like thing. It just depends. De-stashing is a great idea. I don't love doing it because I hate dealing with like the shipping side of things. Okay, skinny washi. I think this is pretty much all of them that are skinny washies. Oh, here's another little timeline washi. Whee, it's gonna go in the pile. Sorry with the focusing. I turned off the thing, but I think just the camera has a mind of its own sometimes. When I'm live streaming, it's a little easier to control that setting when I'm recording something that I'm gonna edit later. Okay, all right, so here's another skinny washi. It's a grid washi. It was from Planner Monkey Co. Now, this one, and like this one, and like this one, and like these two, and like this one. I got this one in a mystery bag from Planner Monkey Co. I'm not a pink person. I don't see myself using a pink grid, so that one's gonna go in the D-stash pile. And then these ones were mostly part of a gift set that I got when my sister-in-law asked me to be her maid of honor. And she got me some really gorgeous markers and some gorgeous sticker books, but these washis are not washis that I necessarily vibe with. So I think I used a little bit of one of them at some point, just to test them out, and they're otherwise pretty much full rolls of washi, so they are going to also go in the D-stash pile. And I'm going to try to keep like stuff together, so that's a D-stash. Here's another grid washi. This was a Planner Monkey Co. This one's almost done. I think I'm going to use up the rest of this one. I'm going to try to use this because I used it last November and December for journaling, because it's this really pretty burgundy like checkerboard. I'm going to try to use this up here in the next little bit. It's only got a little bit left on the roll. So again, going in this only has a little bit left. Can you just finish these? Yes, Elena, you can. Like, it will be okay. Now, these ones I do love. I use these a lot when I see them. Same with this snake one. So these are in the keep pile. This one I don't use a ton. This one I don't use a ton. I know a lot of people love this like vintage style like type of washi situation. I don't. I love looking at it, but I don't love it for me to live in day to day. So these are gonna go. They're pretty. They got enough on them that somebody could use them. So that'll go in the D-stash. This one's pretty much done. I've used this one a lot. So of these accent washis, mostly I will use these darker ones. These will get used, that are like this neutral, dark type of washi as like an accent. This one and this one, believe it or not, this is like pink, but it specifically complements this one glitter washi that I have that I'm almost done with. And so I think that I might keep these two together. Same with this one. I only use this orange washi when I use this. So like these three go together. But when this is done, this sparkle washi is done, I will no longer use these orange and purple. So I'm going to keep these together because I will use them as a little set. But I have not used this, and I think I used a little bit of this one. I have not used this one. So these will go off to the side. These ones will stay. This one, this sort of purple will also stay. So these are like accent washis. So let me, kind of like, can we do this? I know they can be stored this way. This is not like a washi storage thing specific. It's just something that I got that fits well into my drawer. And then I'm going to just pair those three next to each other so I don't forget to use them. Here we go. And then these ones are also kind of skinny accent washis that I love. Little up close, little snakes, little stars and moons, some skulls. This is 100% my vibe. So we're gonna keep those. And I will make an effort to finish this glitter washi. Actually, I'm gonna put this in the finish me first pile. So that's gonna go along with these, with that, and this one. These I wanna try to finish up first. And then once this one is done, I'm no longer gonna use this orange and purple. And then I'll get rid of those orange and purple, but I wanna complement this one for whatever I end up using it for. So these are going to go in the finish me first. You are almost done. Just use them up. And for now, I'll stick them just in a little pile off to the side. Okay, so these are the ones that are for sure keeping. Okay, so we have some grid washi, some accent washies, a little timeline washi as the currently keeping situation. Yay me. If you guys are just tuning in or you haven't chatted with us yet, let me know what you're currently going to be using in 2025. What else are you doing today? Are you planning today? Oh, here's another little accent washi, a little nice gray textured situation. I will 100% use that guy. That'll go in the bin of things that will get used. Oh, I have to take a little cheers, a little sip of my peppermint mocha coffee. It's decaf because I just had an Americano right before this. Ooh, I found another one of these Lauren Phelps Designs tapes that I bought together. This will also, I mean, I have hardly used this. This is a year-ish old. These will all get destashed. So if this is a vibe you like, these are got enough on them to be used still quite a bit. These are little stamps, again, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them, and these also go in there. Okay, so here's what's currently being kept. Yay. I'm very excited about this. Okay. So now I want to find all of my glitter washi. Now I got all of this glitter washi from Arch Michael. And I love it for journaling. It's terrible for daily pages. So it's really good in like a weekly page type of situation. It's really not good for using in my everyday pages now that I'm in bound book, which is really a shame because I love some of these glitter washies so much. But they worked really well when I was in rings, doing 2 pages a day on rings, because rings doesn't get quite as clunky when you put a bunch of glitter washi on the daily pages. But when you put a bunch of glitter washi on daily pages in a bound book, it gets a little dicey. Like turning the pages get sticky. Like I'll show you an example of what it looks like in my old book. Okay, so here's the book that I was in that I moved out of in the middle of November early because I was going to run out of notes pages. I was using too many notes pages and this book was just getting too thick to be comfortable to use. Realized that I cannot stick more than a month and a half in a book. Even though I love this book, it just got too thick. But for example, here's regular washi on these pages and it turns really lovely, right? No issues. But we go to where there's glitter washi and it's just like clunky and uncomfortable. And I loved how it looked. I didn't physically like how it felt. Even when you split the washi it just made it crunkly and gross. And I didn't like using it. So glitter washi will be relegated to journaling pages and not daily pages. But that means that I need to be honest with myself about which glitter washis I actually still use. Haha, found another one. Now, let's look at these. I have duplicates of some of these. I like this one. I don't use it a ton. I've used it mostly on covers, like Stalogy covers of like blank notebooks when I was like decorating my covers quite a bit. And I just don't love it. It's cute, but I'm not like the drips on the pages. I don't know. It's a maybe. So now I need to start like a maybe pile, maybe like over here. That's a maybe. I swatched this one and have not used it since. I think maybe I used it once, maybe, but it's like sea creatures and whales, and it's pretty. It was in the Arch Michael Advent box last year, and a lot of these that I'm not going to keep are maybe ones that came in like an Advent box, or they were gifted to me, or I bought them in a D-stash, and it was just like a set that I bought, or yeah. So this one's gonna be in the no pile because I won't use it. I love this one, and I'm so sad that this one is almost done. So this is going in the finish me first. I will finish this one off. I wish that she restocked this one alone because it's just beautiful. Like, I love the colors. I love the design. It's just gorgeous. And it's the moths and the flowers and the little frogs and the little, like, look at this. The detail in this artwork is just so beautiful. And I'm going to use this up. So I'm going to put this in the use me first next time you set up some pages. Little stash. Okay. This one also, have used this one quite a bit, and it's almost done. So I'm going to try to utilize the rest of this one sooner versus later. But again, so pretty. So pretty. Just a night sky grayscale. Love it. See how glittery that is? Oh, so gorgeous. All right, and this one is sirens, and I love these sirens. They are beautiful. So this is a yes. This is a keep. And then these ones, funnily enough, not my normal aesthetic, but I love them when I feel the need for something bright. This like galaxy here, and I had one of these, and then I got a second one in a D-stash. Same here with the snakes. One of these I got in an advent box, and then one was a D-stash. Yeah, Colleen, if you guys are watching live and you see a washi that you're like, I want that one, literally just send me a DM on Instagram. I will help facilitate that. If they want, we're rehoming the washi, my friends. We're rehoming the washi to a loving home. I love these, so I'm keeping these. I used these once. Last year in October, and I've never used them again. Even though I love the snakes, I love the bright green, I just don't reach for it. So these are gonna go in the no pile. I'm gonna set this with the other glitter washi, but these I'm yes keeping. They have plenty left on them, and I do reach for them when I feel in the mood for bright colors. Okay, so those are in the yes. Yes. Oops, I knocked over one of these washis that I'm using. Hold, please. And I'm keeping the sirens again. I got a second siren washi in a D-stash from somebody else. So I am keeping the sirens. Look how beautiful these are. Look how beautiful these are. Just look at that. Oh, I love mermaids and sirens and everything like that. I think it's because I'm a Cancer. I was born in the middle of July. Here's another one of these. That's this night sky. So like I said, I'm going to use up the rest of the little other night sky roll, and I am keeping this one because I do use it a lot. This has been a go-to. All right. And then this one, oh, I'm so sad that this one is not restocked online from Arch Michael. It's like Lovers, Eternal Lovers, and it is so beautiful. And I am so sad that I have plenty left, but like, what am I going to do when I'm out of this one? What am I going to do? This one has been so good to me. I love this one. This vibe is just chef's kiss. Okay. So I have to start putting some stuff in. Okay, so I said this one was a maybe. It's a no. I'm going to de-stash it. Or give it away. I don't know. Okay. So those are all my glitter washis. Now, the other washis that I have that I love, but I just don't reach for them that much because they're kind of a pain to use, are these four of them. Oh, I have a second whale washi. So 2 whale washis that need to get de-stashed. These, where's the other one that I was just looking at? 4. I love these, but I don't like using them. Okay, I use this one the most. But the reason why is because they're clear. And so they don't rip. And whenever I use them, I literally have to cut it with scissors. But these pair really well with like the grid washis. And I do use them. I'm just debating on if I will use them enough because there's a lot of tape left on these. And I didn't realize the first time that when I bought them online that they were like this, because I guess I didn't pay enough attention to the description. And I just don't, they're beautiful. Like, look at this one. This is beautiful. Okay, potions and clocks and tarot cards and moons. But I literally, if I want to use it on something, I've got to layer it with something else, which is, sometimes I'm fine doing that, but 99% of the time I need things that I can just like lay down and rip, and move on with my day. And so I think from a functionality perspective, I'm going to let these ones go. I haven't even used these two. They're kind of these like groovy psychedelic ones. They are clear. They do not rip by hand. You do need to use scissors. So if you are somebody that's like, oh, I can use scissors to rip these, they're pretty cute. I just realized I don't like these colors for myself in my, like, they're too, like, I don't know, groovy, if you will. And they're fun, but I'm not going to use them. Because if I don't like the colors and I don't like the functionality, like, I only tolerate these two because the design is so beautiful. Like, this one is, like, dark plants and, like, it's moody and it's gorgeous. I pair it with, like, a black grid washi when I do use it, like, every now and then. Like, look how pretty that is. It's like a gothic floral type of vibe. But I just wish that I could physically, like, you physically have to cut it with scissors to use it. And that's like one step too many for, like, my day-to-day use. All right, I messed this up, so now where are my scissors? I was wrapping presents yesterday and, hold please, I think I left my scissors on the pool table in the living room. So let me just see, I physically have to cut them. So these are in the no pile. Love you, mean it, but I need to be able to use it a little bit easier than that. So hold on. I have a little washi graveyard happening in the back of my notebook cover. So, whee. Ta-da. Okay. All right, let me check the chat really fast. I need a little break. Colleen, Moterm, Lux Personal. Ooh, with FCC. Yes, I love the personal Lux. Stayed up till 2 a.m. fine tuning. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I get it when you get in the rabbit hole. Already started planning for 2026. LOL. Yeah, Monique, I am a Cancer. Yes, it does actually make a lot of sense now, doesn't it? Okay, so moving on to, oh, here's another glitter washi. See, there's a reason I have extras of this one because I use it, and so I got an extra glitter of this sky tape, so I am keeping this one because I will use it. Okay, the other ones that I want to go through, I don't even know if I have like a rhyme or reason to this now. Oh, here's another one that was in like a gift. These were gifted to me that I'm not going to use. I'm not a pink person. I think that's about it. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. Now, as I'm looking over here, my collection has now gotten the pile is much more manageable and I can kind of see more at a glance. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out some that kind of go together kind of, that I know I'm not going to keep. Or use for various reasons. Teehee. I'm like, no, and no, and no, and no. And then I'll kind of go through the ones that are like maybes that I'm like thinking of keeping, but I'm not quite sure yet. And that will kind of help me narrow down like my yeses. Right? That's how we're supposed to do this, right? Okay. All right, I think that is close to all of them that I'm definitely a no on. Okay. So the ones that I'm definitely a no on, and why. Again, in a set that was gifted and in a set that was gifted, I don't do tropical shit. So goodbye. They're in the no pile over here. And then these ones were in the Archmichael Archmichael Washi Advent. And these koi fish are cute. I think I used it once or twice, but like I just don't reach for it. And this like clown circus situation is just like a hard pass. Absolutely not. So these are in the D-stash pile. Over here. This one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and is there another one? These were in a washi grab bag from Planner Monkey Co. And they're cute. I used a little bit of this one in like one of my fall spreads, but I don't really love like fall leaf style things because I live in Arizona. So fall and leaves are not the same to me. So, and I just don't love it. So this is going to get destashed. These are penguins with hearts, pink and pink. We know I'm not a pink person. These are so cute. They're brand new. They're unopened. And so these will go in the we are destashing because they're just not my vibe. But I didn't know what I was getting in the grab bag. So, you know, TBD. Now, these two, I used this one a lot. And I used this so much that I bought a second roll. And then as I was using it, it was another one of those. It's cute. It's got moons and moths and like flowers and it's pretty, but I just don't love how it looks compared to some other things that I found. And it's kind of similar with this one. I love it in theory. It's like snails and bugs and mushrooms, but I don't love always how it looks once I get it on paper. Same thing with this one. Love it in theory. Don't love how it looks once it's on paper. Same thing with this one. Love how it looks. But once it got on paper, it just didn't, I didn't love it. So these are going to go destash. Now, I'm shocked that I'm getting rid of this one. This is one of the first washes that I ever used. And it's little moons, moths with skulls, and it's gray. And I got it on Etsy forever ago. And it's got quite a bit on it, but I think I just used it so much because this is when I only owned like 5 or 6 washi tapes. I used it so often that I just got sick of it. And so I don't reach for it because I'm like kind of over it. But I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe it still fits my vibe. Like it still fits my vibe. And when I use it, I pair it with like one of these, like it goes really well with like this dark purple. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll keep this one. I'll put this in the maybes. This one I use, but I don't love. I don't remember where I got it, but the blue and the stars, again, I love it in theory. It does fit my vibe, but I just don't love it once I get it on paper, so it's got to go. These two, I've used this black one, not for decoration, but these were like when I was into Archer and Olive notebooks. I got these washis in part of something I ordered, and I don't... Oh, what is happening? I have to watch the screen because my screen is doing something funny, and I don't know if it's coming through on the feed funny for you or if it's fine. It looks fine on my end. Nope, it doesn't look fine. Okay. I have no idea what's going on with this feed. think it has something to do with the camera connection, so we're gonna redo this situation. Okay. Are we back online? Well, I mean, we've been online, but like, I think we're back now into good quality feed. There we go. Okay. So these two Archer and Olive Washis, they're not sticky at all. So like when I've used them, I've used this black one for like random bits and bobs. This one has hardly been touched, but they're not sticky. So I don't know how you're going to destash these. I'm going to kind of just get rid of them. They're going to just go in the trash. Into the bin. Okay. And then same with these two. I love dragons, love skulls, love fantasy books, but just don't use this in my notebooks. And then this Halloween washi, again, love it in theory, but once I started using it, I just am not like a cutesy doodle washi for Halloween or Christmas. Like, I don't like the in-your-face black and orange. And same thing for Christmas. Like, I don't have Christmas washi. I use like very neutral vibes even for the holiday wintry stuff. So these are going to get destashed as well. So, okay. So now going through, what are the washis that I know I love, love, love that I am going to keep, that I even have like multiples of. There's one in here that I bought multiples of because I was like, if it runs out, I'm going to cry. And this is from Planner Monkey Co. And it's this purple potion washi with all these little doodles on it. I never get sick of this one. And so I even have like, this one's almost out. This one's been well used. And I have another full roll on deck. So this is in the yes pile. Yes. So putting it in the yes pile. This is a Planner Monkey Co. bookish washi. And I love the books. I don't love the colors as much as I thought I would. So I think I'm going to destash this one because it's pretty full. I've only used a little bit of it. But the other bookish washi that I'm obsessed with, that I bought a couple rolls of, that I am using, is this. Oh, where's the open one? Where's the open one? I have one that's opened and one that is not, and I can't find the one that is unopened. Oh, there it is. This one from Planner Monkey Co. When she did her like romantasy. It is the mixed metals, gold and silver, dark bookshelf. Yes, this is 100% staying in the mix. This is in the S pile. Now, in the lines of this bright purple, okay, because this is very similar to that Planner Monkey Co. one. I do use this one. I don't know what it is about this color purple. It just works. And then I have this one from Coffee Monsters Co., which these are kind of the same like vibe to me, like the color scheme, the type of purple that it is. So I will be keeping all three of these. I do love these for my journal pages. I use this one for journal pages mostly versus like planning days, but like these two I use in journaling and planning pages. So these will all stay in the mix. That bright purple is really, I love that purple. I don't know how to explain it. Now, this one I bought. I thought it was so cute. Again, so cute in theory. I've used it, but whenever I use it, I'm not like, oh my God, I love looking at this. I'm kind of like, meh, meh. So it's a maybe. But I do like it because it's like a bluish color. It's like neutral-ish. It's cute. It's got little computers on it, little emojis doing things. I just don't know. So maybe it's in the maybe pile with this moth washi. Okay. Now, the other ones that are absolutely yes. Again, Planner Monkey Co. This gray coffee washi. I kind of need to check on her website and see if she has more of this because I love this one so much. And then this one is also so cute. Now what's funny is this one has like little roses and hearts on it, but the pink isn't overpowering the browns and the blacks, so I can tolerate it. And I do use it in my planning pages and my journal pages. So because it's very understated pink, I do use it. I love the vibe and the minimalist style of the doodles. And then same thing for this one. So these are yes, and I would buy more of this one if she has it on her website. I might have to check. I love this one. This is from Mushy Works, and I love it. And this is another Mushy Works tape over here that I absolutely love. This one and this one together I use quite frequently. I will be sad when I'm out of this one, but I still have enough left that I'm gonna just finish it up. It's just such a good, it's skulls and roses. So again, it's pink, but it's kind of like a darker muted pink, and paired with the gray and the skulls and the green, it works. This is just a really good neutral washi that I can use for deco, for journal pages, for planning pages. So these are staying. Where is this one? This is a Paper Bits Co. washi that was from like a Halloween drop last year, and I bought it because it's similar vibes to these over here that I love. Where's the... So these all kind of have like a similar vibe to them in my brain. So I love these. I have a second one as a backup, and I will continue to use these ones. I use these ones regularly. These are some of my go-tos. This is a go-to for my journal pages, and my planning pages. So it is staying in the mix. Wow. Okay. Now this breaks my heart, but I don't love these the way that I thought I would. I feel similarly to these as I do these. The only Coffee Monsters Co. washi that I really use consistently is that purple dream washi. But like this one and this one were part of her like art collection that she did a while ago. I've used this one the most because I just love the blues in it. I don't use this one as much. And these are in the maybes. Maybe I'll just get, if I feel like if I'm iffy on them, I shouldn't keep them, even if I loved them at one point for whatever reason. Some others that I adore. Okay, these ones I love. I love this one. I love this one. And these are all kind of similar vibes. And, oh, and I have a second. Oh, that one was supposed to go over there. This one. And this one. I use these ones quite a bit. So these are kind of all very similar. So this is like a skulls, pirate treasure situation. Actually currently in my daily pages this week. This is a witchy vibes that I got. That is Archmichael. So Archmichael and Archmichael. This one is not in her shop anymore, and I'm going to be heartbroken. I love this sort of gray teal. Oh, this one is just such a good one. I love this one so much. Also Archmichael, just a really excellent silver and black. So good. Again, it's almost out. Another Archmichael from her Advent, which is like moons and stars and like dark colored roses with a couple light roses. It's very moody. I love this one. And then same thing for this one. This was an Archmichael. I got it in a D-stash and I am obsessed with it. And I want more of these too, but she doesn't have them in stock anymore. So I'm heartbroken about that. But they're kind of similar vibes, right? With this like grayish undertone and like skulls and potions and, you know, ravens and everything that I like. And then this is a Archmichael books and coffee and like kitties, and it's not like witchy or anything, but it is just such a good neutral and like coffee vibes. I do use this one regularly. And then this is from Vixie's Plans. Again, how can you not? It's, look at how cute the little skulls are. Okay, this one's so good too. So these are definitely staying. I love these ones. These are definitely staying. They're going in the bucket. I gotta organize these buckets. Okay, some other ones that are definitely staying are, well, they're not sure. I don't know. These are maybes. these two are Taylor Ryan design that I got into D-Stash, and this is Arch Michael from the Washi Advent last year. I have used these two more recently. I don't love the white background. But then sometimes I do. I've been using them more recently, so I think I should hang on to them. This one I love because it's pirates, and I love that, and I feel like it kind of goes along with like the sirens, and it's the vibes, and it's neutral, and I love it, and so I just haven't reached for it, but I want to. So I think these will stay because these ones I have been reaching for more recently, and this one does fit my vibe, and I love it. Like, to me, I would use a pirate washi in the summer months versus like the whales, right? Like the pirates and the sirens in the summertime versus like the whales. That's what I would do. This to me is like summer. I know that might sound so strange, but it's so I'm going to keep these ones because I have been using them, and you see they're kind of all like, I love the color scheme in these ones, these dancing girls with the blues and the greens and the browns. So good. So these are staying. This is a Salam Creative washi that is like books and stuff, and it is so stinking cute. I am gonna keep it, and it's like, to me it gives similar vibes to this one, right? But I use this one way more, so I think maybe that's why I like this one, because it reminded me of this one, but this one just suits me so much more. So these are gonna definitely stay. The other ones that I have over here are these two. These are, I love this is Planner Monkey Co. It's just hearts, black hearts. I actually am using this one in my daily pages this coming week. I have it set up, you know, and I say on the other ones, these ones, I was like, oh, I don't like the white background, but I think it's because the designs are light on the white background versus this is much more high contrast, black and white. But this is what it looks like in my daily pages for this coming week. See, here's this like washi from Coffee Monsters Co. Like, it's cute, you know, I don't know. But here's the daily pages for next week that I have this black and white heart washi. It's just cute, you know, it's just cute. I love it. I use it for a lot of things, so I'm keeping it. Same thing with this one. I will pair this usually with something else because I don't love butterflies. Like moths, yes. Butterflies, meh, they're pretty. But I will pair this usually with something else, and I do use it often enough that I think it's good to keep it. So I'm gonna keep it. It's kind of like a filler complementary washi. It doesn't get used by itself, but I'll use it with something else. And then this one is from Arch Michael, and it is a wide washi tape, and I have used a lot of it, and I still reach for it. It's like gothic flowers with like some script in the background, so I am going to keep this one. And then my most recent addition that I'm so excited about are my Taylor Ryan design washis that I have been using, and I love them. And I bought them because I knew I was going to be doing this washi declutter, and I knew that I wanted to fill in with some extra tapes that would be on rotation. So these are definitely staying in the mix. I bought 2 of each of these, and I am obsessed. Low-key wish I bought more of these ones because this one's my actual favorite. Like, oh gosh, look how pretty these daily pages were when I used this one. I was obsessed. So, oh, here's that skull washi, right? I love it for like my future logs, but let me find the daily pages. Look how cute that is, you guys. Here's more. This is I've got it in November, and I've been using it quite a bit, the Taylor Ryan design. But this is this washi here. I am obsessed. And so earlier when I said like, oh, I use more neutrals in like my holiday journaling, so like this, right? More neutral vibes, more neutral wintry vibes, neutral wintry. These are from Planning with Kay, like Taylor Ryan design plus the Planning with Kay stickers. Like this is my vibe. Not the red and green, obvious, like dark bookish with Planning with Kay. So this is the Planner Monkey Co. Planning with Kay. Planner Monkey Co. Planning with Kay stickers. Like these wintry stickers that are more neutral are 100%. So that's what I've been using. Paired with like another fun washi. So it's kind of juxtaposed the like vintagey cute vibe with like starry, magical vibes. And then even this, again, this one that I love, paired with some of the winter stuff, so good, right? Oh, and that's a pen test page. So good. So these are, yes, 100% staying in. So now let me show you. This is what I have that's staying. And I'd be willing to expand and rearrange some things in my washi drawer to lay these out. So I'll come back to these. These two are gonna get trashed because they're so terrible that I wouldn't even give them to somebody because they suck. They just don't stick. Yeah, I have tons of Coffee Monsters Kowashi and it's beautiful, but like so many of them, yeah, I feel the same way. I just really like that purple one because it just fits my vibe. Maybe of these, I'll get rid of the one that's unopened and keep the one that I've already used because I like it enough to use it, but I just know maybe don't buy more and somebody else probably would love and use this more than I would. So let's look at what I currently have that I'm going to be getting rid of. Okay. These two that are like a koi fish pond and a creepy circus. Some kind of deco washi, like, you know, like a pink grid and vintagey vibes and like a thin washis here. Okay. This one that's like a backing tape type of washi that's foiled. That's really pretty, but I just don't love using it because it's a mess. Some date washi, one that's completely unopened and one that's mostly unused. We've got, I think I'm going to de-stash all of these. These Coffee Monsters Co. These three have been partially used. Again, I love this one because the blue colors. Maybe I'll keep this one. I'm going to de-stash these two. I'm going to keep this one. This one I do use. I'm going to de-stash these ones. And then keep the one that I have of this that's already opened. So I'll de-stash these Coffee Monsters Co. Artsy ones and like working office ones. Still having mixed feelings about this one. I feel like if I abandon it, it's almost like, how can you get rid of this one? It was like the first washi that you really loved that helped you kind of start finding your style. I'll keep it. These ones are going from various shops. This is, I think, Mushy Works and Mushy Works, random shop on Etsy, Arch Michael. These will go. Again, I love them in theory. The styles are so cute, but I just didn't like how they looked once I got them on paper. So those are gonna go. These are all also gonna go. You know, Planner Monkey Co., Arch Michael, Planner Monkey Co., Planner Monkey Co., Planner Monkey Co., Planner Monkey Co., Planner Monkey Co. Just ones that I just don't reach for. That are cute, but no dice. So actually yeah. And then these Lauren Phelps designs that kind of go together. So, you know, somebody could take them as a set or just piecemeal them. These like tropical vibes that I think these were all of the ones that I got gifted from my sister-in-law, but I just won't use them. So they should go to somebody who will. These ones that are these clear tapes that have to be cut with scissors with the really pretty designs, but I just don't like the fact that I have to cut them with scissors. They're a little cumbersome to set up. So I am going to de-stash them, and there is plenty on each roll. And then I am going to de-stash these glitter washis that are the whales and the snakes and this like drippy washi that these all still have, you know, a decent amount left on them. These are just kind of not sticking as much because they've been just bopping around in the drawer. So they're kind of lost their sticky on the little tab part that they lift off on. So that's what's going to get de-stashed. Okay. So with that being said, come back here. I'm going to put these up off to the side in front of me. And I don't know when or how I'm going to de-stash these, if I'm quite honest. I might just take some photos and do it like on my Instagram stories once I figure out exactly how I want to do it. since some of these are in like various states of use and unused, some of them are unopened. I just don't, no. Hold on, I'm knocking things over and I don't mean to be knocking things over. Now, I feel like there's some washies that have missed this process, that maybe they're floating around in various places around my house, but I just don't know where those would be. And to be honest, I know that 99.9% of what I have is what I just went through with you guys right now. So I'm not going to stress too much about sort of the stragglers, but what I am going to do is go through these. Now, I do have these off to the side that are the please use me first because they're pretty much dunesies. Like even this one and these two will get rid of once I finish this one, because it's pretty much got like maybe a couple journal pages worth of stuff left. So I will get rid of this one, these two, because I don't use these colors except for with this one. And this one is not available online on Archmarkle Shop anymore, but it is a glitter washi. This one, I have just a little bit left on this roll, but I have 2 backup rolls of this, so I will just use the rest of this in some journal pages. This one only has this much in it, so this I can set up some journal pages with. This only has this much of it, right? This only has like a teeny tiny bit left, and this one also only has a teeny tiny bit left. So I'm going to try to use these ones first in my upcoming setups, because I will be starting my new book in next week, because this is only going to go through this coming week, and I've already used up pretty much all my notes pages in here except for like 2, and I've started overflowing, and I pretty much am donesies almost with the journaling pages. So this was November 19th through December 29th, and this one will start on plans December 30th through January 5th. So this will be the upcoming book setup. So it's a A5 half-year Stalogy cut down to TN size, but it's actually got 0.5 centimeter chopped off because I like to leave a little extra room for like my pen loop in my cover. So yeah, pretty similar situation. A little Planner Monkey Co. This was such a cute, I'm so sad that I don't get to use this vinyl decal anymore, but it was so cute. But the audacity I felt was a nice way to enter into 2025, have some audacity going into the new year. Like, why not be completely delusional in the best way? So with that being said, these are the ones that I'm going to keep. And actually I'm going to try to pull out another little tray and see if I can't organize these a little bit better. The other trays I have are slightly too skinny. That one's holding a bunch of shit. I don't know if I have any more trays this size, but let me just see what happens when I kind of take stuff out. I'm going to try to stack things together in a way that makes sense. So glitter washies over here. This one and this one and this one and this one and this one go together. That one and that one go together. And this and this and this purple over here. And I feel like having things kind of set together and organized will help me see more of what I have in various like categories and vibes, and that will help me use my stuff better. Does that make sense, or am I just making that up? Like, does that seem logical, or am I just trying to make myself feel better by organizing things? This one goes over here. Okay, these two go together. This one can go over here. This one goes with this one and this one together. Yes, and this one can go over here. This one goes with this one goes here, this one, and goes with the, I'm gonna put all like the thick washies together. Where is the rose washi? Doop-de-doo. Where's the skulls and roses washi? Oh, it's right here. Doop-de-doo. Here is these two that kind of go together and glitter. Okay, so in this, oh, there's my camera doing goofy things again. Hold, please. Hi, you guys get to see my face for like 0.2 seconds. I think what's happening is maybe my camera's overheating. There we go. But it turns back on, so I don't know. I'm confused. Okay, so in here, we've got these ones that are like filler washi on the sides. Okay, skinny washies, grid washi, timeline washi. So, and these don't have like, I don't have like washi storage. These are just basic like trays that I've got for my office storage. So we're going to just be very like realistic, I guess, with how I'm going to store these things. Okay, so these are kind of the neutral-ish here. And I can stick a couple of those there and one more here. Oh no, see, this is why it might be a good idea to have like dedicated washi drawers, because then I pull things out and then they get messed up and then I can't see what I'm using. Okay. Maybe that's good enough. And of the ones that I want to use first, I'm going to keep them separate. I'm not going to put them in here. These are going to stay separated out. Okay. Okay. Whee. Okay, see, that's like all that fits in here. So there's that. What do I do with the rest of them? These get set over here. I might just need to like fully rearrange how I'm storing things in my office drawers to make this work eventually. Because, right, this will only also fit so many. Like that, and then these still need a home. So what if I took this thing, ta-da. Okay, and then these ones, maybe I'll just set over here because these are all the ones that I'm gonna kind of use first. Oh, my camera just decided to cut out again. I need to figure out what is happening because I've live streamed with this camera before, but this has not ever happened. Hello. You guys are seeing my lovely face. How's it going? That was a good time for a little sip of coffee. And I'm almost done. Okay. So with this being said, let's see if I can get this overhead camera back online. Oh no, my dock is having problems because my lights just turned off. If you saw that, I apologize. Okay. Will you come back online? There we go. Okay. So here's the current situation of the washies I'm planning to keep. Okay, my lights turn back on. Thank you. This handful over here is stuff that I'm going to plan to use up first because they're literally almost done. Then the rest of this is stuff that I'm going to reach for first. And I feel like this is a much more reasonable collection of things, if you will, because I just feel like washi lasts a while. So I think I've cut my collection, if not in half, almost in half. And this feels like I look at this and I'm like, yes, this is stuff I will use. And I'm not planning on re-upping anything unless I fully run out of something that doesn't fit the style. So for example, once I run out of these like bright colored washies, these glitter washies, then I'll think about getting some more. But like these, for example, all kind of have a similar vibe. So I wonder if I should maybe challenge myself to just try to like use up what you have, like try to use all of these in their entirety before you start adding more. You know what I mean? So now if you did see something in like the little D-stash section where you're like, oh, I really like that one, send me a DM and I will try to facilitate that like behind the scenes. But for the most part, I guess just, you know, I'll post on my Instagram stories what I plan to do for the washi D-stash, what makes the most sense. I'm not really trying to like make money on them. I just don't want to be like spending my own money to ship it. So what will likely happen is I will likely just ask people to pay for their postage just to keep it sane. And so I don't know what the most effective route for that is via USPS, because I would like to do tracked, because I feel like doing untracked anything these days is a little bit risky business. But this is what's going to stay for my washi. Now, the rules for the Unhauled year are, again, if I run out of something, I will restock it. But I'm trying to be like discerning with like, but do I have something close enough, like still in my stash, and do I really need to re-up it, type of situation. So the goal is to use as much as I can of this over the next year and see how far I get into my stash. And maybe I'll take like a little before picture, like before and then after, like kind of as the year goes on, like a 6-month update of like what have I used in comparison to before. That might be kind of fun. We'll see if I can remember to do that. But other than that, if you guys have tuned in, thank you so much. I know there's been mad technical difficulties. There were 3 different links. I am still getting good at this live streaming situation, and so I appreciate any and all patience that you can give me as I go through this. But hopefully you enjoyed watching this washi declutter, and it might inspire you to just be more aware of what you already have and to try to find contentment and peace in using the things that you have. Because here's the beauty of our planner community is there are always amazing artists and creators and shops constantly coming out with new things. So if we like miss out on something because we're trying to be mindful of our spending, are we really truly missing out, or can we maybe catch the next wave of new designs once we're closer to running out of something, like truly running out of something, and then shop those shops at that point in time, right? And so just to be mindful too of like, what do you know that you actually use versus what you will not use? Because I think that you can agree that this is a very different vibe collectively than a lot of the stuff I'm getting rid of that you can see up here. Like this is two very different experiences in this, like this and that are not the same thing. So hopefully that helps. All right, you guys, it's been a decently long live stream already. It's been roughly an hour and 15 minutes. So I appreciate you all being here. If you tuned in or if you stuck around, you know, thanks so much. And let me know, what are your plans, if you have any, for managing and monitoring your stationery consumption to find more contentment in the things that you already have in the coming year? Let me know. I'd love to chat with you guys. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you on the next one.